Everybody want to make a few tips on actual email marketing for your company. Or you don't even have to own a company to email market. It's just a really, really good thing to do for your business, or even if you just have a blog. Or if you're going to own a business, you can start making ebooks on the topic. Like, let's say you're really into sports, you can start making sports ebooks, giving them out in Facebook groups and different things like that. But a little thing about email marketing, because a lot of people are kind of nervous to do it, but it's the highest return type of marketing. And the reason, well, one of the reasons that is because everybody uses it. I think it's 69% of people use Facebook. A very high number of people use Google, but people can use different search engines. And then another thing about it is people usually check their email every day. I mean, they might not for like a day or two, or if they're on vacation, but for the most part, people are in their email inboxes constantly. Same with their text inboxes, everything else. But it's really the channel that everyone uses, so it's important to do. But one thing, so with getting your email going, there's some awesome tools out there. Just pick an email autoresponder. There's a bunch of ones. Most of them are free to a certain number of contacts. If you have a lot of contacts, you could be making money off it anyways, so don't skimp on having that. But for one is just decide on a sending schedule. We email a lot for the firms we work with, but it's that's a lot of how we get results for people is with email. It's a great way to warm people up. But just understand, you don't have to be like perfect with it at first, so don't be too much of a perfectionist. That's kind of one tip with email. Have some type of automated drip sequence, like emails that go out right when someone opts into your website or downloads an ebook or something, and it's really easy to sync whatever email service you're using to a form on your site, or like to Facebook lead ads or whatever you're using. So pretty much after you actually get the sequence built out, just write them something simple. So what I learned when I started, and there's tons and tons of blogs on this and YouTube videos and all this, so don't feel like you're in the dark. And actually a lot of these email tools have like automated tools, like ActiveCampaign actually has, if you go to activecampaign.com, or if you look up ActiveCampaign subject line generator, they actually have like a tool that will generate subject lines for you. So you don't really have to worry about that. You just plug in some keywords and they'll set it up for you. And then pretty much with this automated sequence, I go with so we do 5 emails over 10 days every other day. Some people do it every day, which is fine. This is just how we do it. So it's no is the first email, likes the second email, trust is the third, challenge is the fourth, and fifth is convert. So it's no, like, trust, challenge, convert. But pretty much what that is, the first email in the sequence, you're just introducing your business. And these don't have to be super long, they can be. But I usually mix it up with length. The second one's kind of like a likable story, something about the business, but also that's kind of where you can outline like your unique value proposition and what's the actual advantage of, you know, working with you over the other businesses. Because there's a good chance that, you know, working with each business is different, but if it's in the same industry, they're going to meet the same objective. So it's important to paint that process and, you know, what's actually in it for them. You can write about you, but it needs to be in the sense of, hey, it needs to be compelling. It still needs to be about them. Even if it's about you, it needs to inspire them or compel them to do something or stick with them or give them something to, I say them, the subscribers, the people receiving the email. It needs to give them some compelling information. And so that's kind of the sequence for the email. Then the other thing too is just start writing. It's really not that hard. Everybody that owns a business is usually competent enough to write. Then also at some point, like if you get really behind on all this stuff, it's going to be harder and harder for you to do it. So don't lie to yourself. You have the time to write 1 email, 2 emails a week or so. It's pretty simple to hire people for this. There's a really good tool called Drip Scripts that'll actually write emails for you. And then you can actually just, there's like a fill in the blanks areas. Then it's really easy to write it in there. Then all kind of the fluff writing, I guess you can call it, will get pulled over. Then you can just paste it into your email sender. So those are a few quick tips on just kind of getting your email marketing going. So pretty much just keep your subscribers in mind. Have an actual flow to the sequence. You don't necessarily have to talk about your business the whole time. You can just talk about things. Like a really successful email we have with the client is, it's just the American dream, or no, that's not it. It's called an entrepreneur's dream, and that's a better performing email than all the informational immigration stuff we have out there. You'd think the stuff about the 5 ways to get a green card, 3 components to an E2 visa, the 7 secrets to a marriage interview, like those all do well. But the one that actually does better than all of those stats wise, it's probably about an extra 40 to 60% higher performance than those emails, and those ones still do well. That one in particular is it just outlines the, hey, like don't quit. Like, people want to be inspired and compelled. Like, if anybody's actually watched this for the last 6 minutes, it's probably because you just wanted information and some general stuff and something you could actually go with. Because especially immigration, it can be a little taxing and people need to be inspired.